After a huge divisional matchup in Week 7 in Baltimore, Bengals came out with a huge W, and they proved that they are legit. And to be honest, that's all we learned from that game. But things we already knew came to the forefront once again. We knew that nobody on Baltimore can step up and make a big play other than number 8. We knew that already. You just saw it again. We knew that the Ravens have no run game. We just saw it again. And to hammer that point home, 2.25 yards per carry for the running backs, 7.3 yards per carry for number 8. I don't really know what to expect out of this running core. I mean, we saw a good game last week, but this is who the running team is on the Ravens. We also knew that the Ravens defense is prone to collapse at any point. Let's be honest. They stink on defense. 55-yard touchdown to a wide-open Uzama. 32-yard touchdown to a wide-open Uzama with a blown tackle. Chase broke 3 tackles for an 82-yard touchdown on third down. It was third down, Jalen. More things that we already knew. Joe Burrow, that dog. Joe Mixon, dog. Jamar Chase, dog. And listen, if you didn't already know this, and it takes me to teach you, a balanced run pass attack with a great performance on defense is going to win the football game most of the time. And if I taught you that right now, go ahead and like the video. But if I didn't, I really hope I didn't, because it feels like that's something that you should know. To go back to my point about the Ravens defense, they're bottom half of the NFL in points allowed, and they're 24th in yards per game. This team is Superman and the JVs. That's all it is. And you know, we're going to overreact to this and call the Ravens finished and the Bengals are the top dog in that division. I don't think so. I think this team is going to be carried by Lamar into a playoff spot once again, and the Bengals are going to be in the playoffs too. Whoever gets that home field is going to have a big advantage. But listen, everybody on the Bengals outplayed everybody on the Ravens. The passing attack was better on the Bengals. The rushing, the receiving, the defense, every single thing that you could possibly do better, they did better. Was it a poor performance by the Ravens? Yes. But the reason is because the defense, again, failed to show up on a day where Superman needed a little bit of help.
I'm looking at the stats from this game. The Ravens had possession of the ball longer than the Bengals throughout the game, but they just couldn't execute on offense and on defense, which is surprisingly. So that goes to show that the offense for the Bengals was just on the field, scoring, get off the field.
Yeah, I mean, two touchdowns that went longer than half the field. That'll do it.
And Joe Burrow had 416 yards, 3 touchdown passes. Jamar Chase had 8 receptions for 201 yards. Like, come on, you can't. He only had 10 targets too, so that means you guys literally just let this run all over y'all, like literally all over y'all. And then like you said, the 2 wide open touchdowns, like that's unacceptable. Like, come on. 7 weeks into the season, you guys are still missing open tackles and not making tackles that are critical in these game time moments. And like we said, it's a one-man show over there. It's just Superman and Kryptonite against everybody. Truly, his team is his Kryptonite.
Exactly.
I don't have faith in the Ravens doing the best this season, considering they just let this team. I'm not saying this team, as in the Bengals, are a bad team, but I was expecting something much more, efficient and better from them, especially on the defensive side, considering they've been, playing great defensively the past few weeks. That defense, that's all I gotta say is the defense. The defense does win games, but if you don't have one, you ain't gonna win.
Exactly.
This is unacceptable.
The reason that I'm gonna refrain from just chalking up the Ravens on the season and overreacting to this game, sure, the Bengals are legit, and because that's a big win, but I go by the saying any given Sunday. You saw what happened against the Chargers, and there was no Chargers are done, Ravens are that team. So this week there's no Ravens are done, Bengals are that team. Bengals are going to make the playoffs. Ravens are going to make the playoffs. It's going to be a hell of an AFC battle. The Ravens last week just put up a huge win on the Chargers, and they bounced back with a bad loss, like real bad loss. But you see what happens when Lamar doesn't have to do everything, and that's what happened against the Chargers. So for the crowd of, that's what you'll see in the playoffs after they lose to the Bengals. Where was that after they beat a team with the same record? You know what I'm saying? I mean, when Lamar has a team that comes together and balls out, I believe Freeman had 9 carries for like 54 yards and a touchdown against Los Angeles Chargers. That's huge. You need somebody else on that team to step up. Justin Herbert got a taste of what it was like to be Lamar Jackson last week.
Just a taste.
Hear me out, Jay. 14 rush yards on 10 attempts for the Chargers last week. That's what Justin Herbert got to deal with. And how many points did they put up? 6? Lamar's putting up more points than that. So that's what quarterbacks would do if they had to play like Lamar Jackson, which luckily Justin Herbert has an Austin Eckler and a Keenan Allen on his team. Lamar Jackson's got the 2014 All-Stars in his backfield. So please, let's not overreact to this game. We found out that the Bengals are legit. You can't put it any other way. The Ravens and the Bengals and the Browns, they're 3 good teams at the top of that division. So I'd be curious. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think. Who is coming out of the AFC North as the champion? Is it the Bengals? Is it the Browns? Is it the Ravens? Could the Steelers somehow sneak in there? Comment down below who you think is winning that division. Thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe.